Hello viewers, welcome to another episode of Youth Hangout on Mount Zion Television. Today we'll be discussing friendship, courtship, marriage, drawing the line. With me,
Omalade Solomon,
Gift Ode,
Emmanuel.
Yes, and together we'll be discussing this interesting topic. Relationship is a very good thing in our environs, but then we need to know how to draw the line. So let's start with you, Gift. What's friendship?
Okay, thank you very much. Well, I would say that friendship is a kind of mutual relationship between two persons whereby they have a common interest, they can have a good conversation with each other, and then it goes beyond seeing someone on the road. It's sort of intimate, someone you already have a kind of feeling for, not in the like someone you just like naturally and you people can flow in a conversation either between two guys, two ladies, women, men, just like that. That's friendship.
Okay. So now when we're talking about drawing the line from friendship to courtship, what is courtship?
Okay, thank you very much. Courtship can be defined as a process whereby a man and a woman who have undergone the stage of friendship and have decided to step up and understanding that, okay, I think this is my life partner. This is my life partner and I think I can spend the rest of my life with you. Is in the process of courtship. This courtship aspect also entails having undergone some stages which we'll actually discuss much more about later on. Having undergone some stages, having gotten to understand each other and gotten to understand that this level has just have to go beyond friendship. This has to go into the aspect of thinking we need to go into marriage later into the future. The process whereby we move from the aspect of friendship into discussing that we are two partners, a man and a woman that are fit for each other for a glorious future together. That aspect before going to marriage courtship.
Okay. Bro, marriage itself. Can you define it?
Thank you very much, sir. I would say that the byproduct of friendship, courtship is marriage. After all the stages where you're getting to is marriage, and after marriage there's no other. Being married, and you die married, and all of that. But then, what then is marriage? Marriage, I would say, it is an institution where a man and woman comes together to make a living together, spend their whole lifetime together. But then let's go to the biblical aspect of marriage. The Bible says that it comes a time where a man will have to leave his father and mother and then come, cleave to the woman, the family of the woman and all of that. And then the two becomes one. And I think this actually defines marriage as it is. When two, in a normal same way, you cannot just say 1 + 1 is 2. But then 1 + 1 is 1 because they become one.
Yes, this is when a man and a woman get together to be a marriage and not a woman and a woman or a man and a man as we have this day. So clarifying these three things, now we can proceed to looking at how we can draw the line between them. But before we go, join us after the short break. Welcome back to Youth Hangout. Now, there is a story I would like us to look into before we proceed. There are these two friends in the fellowship in school, the guy and the lady. They are very active members. They're even part of their schools in that fellowship. And they have been so close right from the year 1, year 2, year 3, year 4. We felt things are going on within them fine, that a lot of people were asking, are you guys together? Not until a day the sister gave a wedding invitation to the brother. And the brother was like,
Wow.
What happened? I thought we were together, and then I think the problem is that they didn't draw the line. A lot of our viewers, they didn't draw the line. So what are the lines to draw from friendship to courtship and then to marriage? I'd like to start with you.
Okay, thank you very much. Now, drawing the line, I will start with friendship. Friendship after the two of you have mutually understood each other. After the two of you have gotten to add values to each other. Now drawing the line and going into courtship entails a lot of things. Number one is the God factor. Now this person you call your friend as a brother or as a sister, and you are feeling that I'm having this, there's just love that is springing out of me towards this brother. Is it the same person that God is giving you a verdict towards, that this is your man or this is your woman in whom I've chosen for you? Now the problem now is that most people nowadays get to entangle themselves with so many friends. You get to meet a sister, this brother is my friend. You get to meet a brother having up to 6 sisters as his friend, and you don't get to choose which one. Not just only you choosing, but does, as God accredited the person that this is the person I am choosing for you, before you now cross the line to courtship. That is why I actually said the last time that there are so many factors that needs to be considered before going to courtship. The God factor itself. After considering the God factor itself, the mutual understanding of the two of you, and the two of you solidify the mutual understanding before going into deep courtship. Deep courtship in the aspect whereby you get to meet the parents of this brother or you get to meet the parents of this sister. Your mentors have to get to understand and have to follow up on the two of you, and get to ensure that the two of you are not just only found in closely areas whereby the two of you will be carried by sentiment and have to fall into deep things. So a lot of factors just need to be considered, and I would like to cut short because of, so that's my
what's your view to that? Drawing the line between this two.
Okay, well, I think the first and most important step to take in order to draw a line between friendship and courtship is to define your relationship. Like the story you gave, the brother felt that maybe he had something with the sister and the sister was not supposed to marry somebody else. That was because the relationship was not defined. Maybe the sister considered him as just a friend, while him on the other hand assumed that the sister knew his intention for him when he did not say it out. So if from the initial stage he has defined the relationship, I think such thing will not happen. So I think when you meet someone, maybe as a brother or a sister, you see someone that you want to, or let me say you see someone and you know that you don't want to do anything with this person, you let the person know that we are just friends, no strings attached, nothing more. So that at the end of the day, you won't unconsciously break the heart of that person. And when you see someone that you know you have feelings for, you want to do something with that person, you first of all take it to God in prayer. When you've gotten a confirmation from God, you let the person know. Don't assume that the person knows, and at the end of the day you begin to think that the person was wicked or something like that. So make sure you let the person know. And I'll personally say that the friendship and courtship aspect, it's nice for young people to actually be friends before going into courtship, and they should make it clear when they want to go into courtship. Two people should not just come together and assume that we are courting, or either of the parties. When you have gotten your confirmation on both sides, make it clear to the sister as a brother.
Okay, thank you very much. You're trying to say that this male and this female have to have a kind of understanding of where they are going to. The line now is that they should come together and understand one another and know that okay, we are moving into our courtship from the marriage. And you were trying to tell us that okay, before they can go into it, they have to consider the God factor. What is God saying about this friendship before we move further? Bro, I would like you. What is your view about the line crossing between friendship and courtship?
I was already itching. They all spoke well, but there's one thing that I was actually omitted after the definition of the relationship. I think that the drawing the line comes to play when you know your limits. You know your times of your hours of visitation. You know when you should not visit. You know when you should not stay. Exceed a particular thing. You know what you should not, the do's and don'ts of a particular thing, because they say that when the purpose of a thing is not known, abuse is inevitable. Definitely, this has to do with the limits. You know what and what not to do at a particular level of the relationship.
Thank you very much. I love that. Now, courtship itself, then okay, let us identify ourselves. The first stage is the identification stage, which is the friendship stage. Knowing the sister, then we have talked about some line, the don'ts and do's, the God factor, and we've talked about these things. But then, in the stage of courtship, because if we look at this line, this brother is feeling that okay, maybe probably he didn't know there was a line, or maybe probably he has thought about them in another level. So what actually went wrong in that? Because some people are out there that are experiencing something like that now. They are in this relationship with this sister, they didn't define it as she has said, and then they are feeling, what can they do now? Like they are looking at this program now. What is your advice for them? What should be the next step of approach?
Okay, well, personally, I would say if the case hasn't gotten out of hand, like if the sister has not found somebody else, or she's not already married, or the brother, vice versa, is to go and define the relationship. It's never too late to take the bold step. And before you go ahead defining your relationship, at least maybe if you are not yet sure what God is saying about the person, you should just let the person know that for now we are just friends. But if you are sure that okay, this is the person that God wants me to spend the rest of my life with, then go ahead and let the person know that okay, this is leading I'm having, and these words. Just make the definition of the relationship clear. But if the person is already married, then go and look for someone else and take the right steps on time.
Okay, what about you? What do you think about?
Okay, what I would actually say is that after you have defined your relationship and your definition is made known, actually sometimes some brothers are actually shy in some aspects, and sisters, you need to be bold, to be careful for yourself, to be able to help yourself. Or some sisters have actually been entangled in so many relationships that they don't even know the way forward, and they are still thinking about it, waiting for the brothers. Just walk up to the brother, what is going on? What is this relationship for? Can I please get the definition of this relationship? And in the case in which the brother is parabolating, just like you said, I think it's just friendship, and you just walk away so as to save yourself. Because I tell you, sisters are actually very emotional, and this is the aspect in which whereby heartbreaks happens a lot. That is why the definition of the relationships actually needs to be made. Now, I don't know, maybe we've actually crossed into courtship, but I would like to say about the courtship. When the definition of relationship has been known, the courtship aspect is a very key aspect before you cross into marriage, and there is no stipulated number of time or years to go about the courtship. But one thing I know is that the least formulated time is 6 months. At least the least you can go about is 6 months. In this aspect of this courtship is where you're able to know the spiritual level of this person, and you also get to know your spiritual level after God has affirmed that this is the person.
Okay, sorry. I think I need to cut in now. Very sorry. Now, in our stage of friendship, drawing the line and going to the next level, we have to go to God. Okay, this person that I am. Okay, this person is my friend now. God, can we go to courtship? Now, are you saying even in that courtship, before you go to marriage, you still have to go to God again? What do you think?
Well, I think God is very the God factor is very pertinent in every level of the relationship. That if the relationship is to go far and be in a godly way, you know. But then, before you take it to the step of courtship, you must have heard God clearly. And then if God has spoken to you and you heard it, the next thing I would say, the brother acts. Yeah, it is a place of action. Because I'm not, like she said something that some of the brothers are quite timid. So that they lack this confidence and the boldness to come out to the sister and make their intention with the sister. And in the long run, they happen to be at the losing side. Or before you know, assumption, damages, and a lot of things come, and heartbreak comes in. So yes, God factor is necessary and pertinent in every level of the relationship. But then the man too have to know his own when he needs to act.
Okay. Now, on the courtship stage, now let's move to the courtship stage, drawing the line between courtship and marriage. Now, I have heard about broken courtship. I think there is this thing that okay, a courtship that has been going on, I have heard from God, and then broken courtship. What's your view about that? Why does that happen?
Okay, thank you very much. Well, I would say, like you said earlier, courtship is the more intimate level where you have to get to know that person. Now, this person might be good for you. Maybe you've gotten a confirmation from God that you can live with this person and all of that. But there are times where you see some characters in this person that you know for yourself that you cannot tolerate and you can't keep up with the relationship. That's one of the major reasons for broken courtship. And in some other cases, you see that people pretend at the friendship level, especially when they expect the relationship will lead to marriage. So by the time they are courting, they will not be able to hide most of their character because they feel people already know about our relationship. After all, we are getting married very soon, and that's when you begin to see their true colors. And yes, someone will say, but you asked God and God said she is the one, he's the one. Does that mean God is lying? I've seen situations, it's possible for God to actually tell you that this person is right for you. Go ahead with the person before you go into courtship. Maybe you got a dream, a revelation, and then you go into courtship and you find out that this person is not good for you, or you might even still be in between your thoughts saying that this person might be the one, and God will tell you this person is no longer right for you. I've seen situations like that. He was even a man of God, and even his spiritual father confirmed that this is the lady, and only he later found out that this lady was having some other affairs, and he was still trying to go on because he said he has heard God said he should go on. But at the end of the day, he realized that maybe God just let him take that step, because if God had told him not to go into the courtship, he would have said, God, why? So there are sometimes that God still allows us to go into the courtship so that we'll see for ourselves. And when we are coming out, we'll not come out blaming God that this girl would have been the best for me. God will just allow you to take that step that you really want to take. And some of us, on the other hand, we might even our emotions might be what would have pushed us into that courtship and not the voice of God. So it's also possible for courtship to break, because when you go there and you see that you can't even tolerate the person in courtship, why force it into marriage when we know that as believers we can't divorce? So I think that's what I think about it.
Thank you. Okay, on the wrap up now, we would like to hear your views as regards this. Can you just?
Okay, thank you very much. I would like to say that the foundation of the friendship level needs to be pure and needs to be solidified first before you move or climb into courtship or into marriage. One, if you've not understood this person very well mutually, as in, you can't get married to someone that you are not friends with, because where at a point in marriage, love might seem to cease or fail. As friends, it is that friendship level that will help you in marriage. But if your friendship level is faulty at first and you move into courtship and there to marriage, there is no how, there will be some imbalances in between. So what am I trying to say? Are you guys good friends, a man and a woman? Are you good friends enough at first? Then two, before you climb into courtship, has God said yes? And even after God has said yes, while you are in the courtship, in the journey of courtship, has God not been pointing some pointers to you to bring you back or say you should still go ahead into marriage? And even in that marriage, then what is God saying? Do you hear God part time? Do you get to know what He's saying about your marriage life and your journey in life of destiny? Once you sum up all this, you are best to have a great future together.
Yeah, thank you so much. That was awesome. You?
Okay, thank you very much. Well, I'll say that the Bible said in Psalm 11 verse 3, if the foundation be destroyed, what can the righteous do? I would say that sexual intercourse in the level of friendship and courtship is a wrong and a bad foundation for your marriage. And that's one of the major avenue the devil used to creep into so many homes today. So during the level of your friendship and your courtship, do not be overruled by your emotions. Do not allow the pleasure of 5 minutes or whatsoever to lead you into suffering for the rest of your marital life. So endeavor to put God at the center of your courtship or friendship. And in putting God at the center, that means you will not do whatsoever will be unpleasing to him in that period. So avoid temptation, stay as much as possible in open places. Just make your courtship a sacrifice to God by living pure.
Yeah, thank you. Oh, thank you so much, sir. It's been a wonderful moment. But then I will have to say to the man and to the woman thinking of marriage, which level crossing the line, I want to let you know that when it has to do with marriage, that purpose discovery is very, very pertinent, especially to the man. Because the Bible says that he that finds a wife finds a good thing, and that the woman is the helpmate to the man. Therefore, if the man does not know who he is and where he's going to, how would he know the woman that is as in can fit into where he's going to, or that can assist him to get to where he's going to? Therefore, it is very, very important that we discover our first self first before we know we are ready for marriage.
Yes, thank you very much. It is not all Christian sisters that belong to a particular Christian man. A man have his own woman. It's just left to us to wait patiently with God's direction, and I pray the Lord will lead us right in Jesus' name. Thank you. It has been a wonderful episode again here on Youth Hangout, and would love to see you next time on Youth Hangout. Bye.